This video shows how Alpha Anywhere was used to create the demo responsive expense tracking HTML5 app in the responsive app design video. Alpha Anywhere lets you create and deploy mobile and desktop HTML5 business applications. It automatically generates HTML5 that makes use of a JavaScript and CSS framework, much as you might build a web app by hand, except with a lot less work and coding. It can also produce the server-side code for business logic and connection to databases and services. In this case, I was only working on the client-side user interface. Initially, it was hard to specify the automatic variation shown in the responsive app design video without manually adding lots of custom JavaScript. I then worked with the developers of the Alpha Anywhere app building system as they designed and implemented new features to make constructing the app easier. Alpha Anywhere lets you rapidly build the user interface out of a wide variety of controls, such as buttons, lists, and maps. It gives you different types of containers to organize these controls. While building, you manipulate these containers and the controls within them in a tree and set their attributes with property sheets, something comfortable for most developers. At any point, you can include custom JavaScript and CSS, but we try to minimize the need to do that in most common cases. For our case here, the interesting containers are called panels. They may be organized in panel layout containers that can size and display one or more of the panels that they contain. A panel layout can be controlled programmatically by the developer to explicitly show or hide panels, or they can be set to automatically show and hide panels based upon what fits and various sizing criteria. The showing and hiding may be animated in various ways, and panel layouts may be nested. Another type of container is the absolute layout container. This lets the developer forego the normal linear flow of controls and explicitly set size and position using a what you see is what you get drag and drop interface. These metaphors let you create all sorts of configurations that fit nicely on a display, even as the orientation changes and without knowing explicit screen sizes in advance. What they don't do is respond to differences that would require changes in the parameters of the layouts, such as whether they are laid out from left to right versus top to bottom, or which panels should be explicitly hidden even though they could fit. To add this capability, Alpha Anywhere has a responsive layout dialog. It is a list of rules you specify, such as these that differentiate between various screen sizes and orientations. The rules are checked at startup and whenever the screen size or orientation changes. For each rule, there is a series of actions that will be performed. These actions can change the properties of various containers. I find that having all of these organized together this way makes polishing the layouts easier than a more programmatic programming style. I hope this helps you understand how a development system can aid in the construction and evolution of responsive apps.